Hey, 7K team. Okay, it's getting close to a fireside chat. Uh, let's have a let's have a heart to heart. Uh, some of you have been with me with 7K more than 9 years, or coming up on 9 years. Uh, we'll be going into our 10th year. Some of you 5 years, some of you 3 years, some of you less. Uh, but we've come a long way. And there's a long way to go. And that's the most important thing, is to understand what's in front of us. The company's established. The company's got its infrastructure in place. Company's got some of the best technology, if not the best technology, in gold and silver in the marketplace. It is an industry disruptor. It's changed the way business has been done for the last 6, 7 decades in gold and silver. And it's changing, and the rest of the industry is trying to catch up with 7K and sound money. And they will, but there'll be all copycats, and none of them will pay us income like you and I can, can earn, and our future people. Now, everyone needs a gold and silver account, just like they have a bank account, just like they have a savings account or a credit union account. Everyone needs gold and silver account, and where we have actual physical gold and silver in our account. So it's a means of full diversification. And so it just makes sense. And we've got to be able to have a conversation like that. And if you use my tools, which I'm providing for you in conversation, where I do the conversation for you, just like this one. Okay. And the key is, though, getting these conversations, getting this information in front of people. Now, that's your job, is to get it in front of many people as you possibly can within a year. Now, it's better if you take baby steps. You use my job description. You try to have, where you're doing 5 a week or 5 a day, you know, but you set your own pace. Nobody's pushing you, nobody's making you do anything, but you set your own pace, and you can develop yourself a residual income. Now, just referring a person to getting their account, we can get what we call referral marketing benefits. That's that instant gold pay, the $20 in gold or the $80 in gold. Okay, right now we have that. How long they keep that, I don't know. But let's take advantage of it as long as it's here. Okay. They never said that's going to ever be permanent. Okay. So many people think that just because something's there, you just got to remember how it was inputted, and and you know, as long as it gives the company and you and me an advantage, it'll be there. But when it becomes disadvantageous to the company and they can't exist, it's not good for them, it's not good for us. I'm just saying, instant gold pay is there. Let's take advantage of it as long as it's there. It's referral. There's no multi-level. There's no anything about it. No left side, no right side, no comp plan involved. It's just referral. Now, the other part of this that still gives a residual, which is fabulous for a non multi-level or network marketing company. We're a networking company. Every company is a networking company. We just don't advertise on TV. Now, you and I could advertise, but we got to comply with the company's restrictions, FTC, SEC, and a whole bunch of other restrictions. If we advertise, And I guess people don't know I do trainings. It's amazing on Saturday. Let me just respond. I'm training. Get on. Okay. So uh, if we want to make extra income, we got to learn how to do those things. If we want to make extra income in any kind of part-time job, we got to do what the job requires to earn income. Well, we aren't a multi-level company, but we are a 21st century referral marketing with a great compensation plan for those that want to go and gather customers and bring them to the table, and also find partners who want to make some extra income or get 1099 tax benefits to help build their wealth instead of just giving taxes to the government. So, in other words, where their taxes invest into their business building. And part of business building here is buying a product once a month to make you active inside the comp plan. Well, that is building up wealth. If we're buying, let's say the uh, uh, the Silver Eagle, the MS Silver Eagle, in the Inventions Collection series, that's 1 ounce of pure silver inside of that. Now, if we look at what many people are projecting, let's say if silver and gold gets to the natural ratio of 7 to 1, meaning what's coming out of the ground, and eventually it will do that. I mean, the laws of supply and demand will take over. If you're only producing 7 ounces of silver for every 1 ounce of gold, that ratio eventually has to seek that point. So if gold is $4,000 an ounce and silver's $50 an ounce, well, we're nowhere near 7 to 1. Just divide 50 into 4,000. We're about 80 to 1, huh? Yeah. 50 times 80 is 4,000. Another way to do it, but you can divide it and you get the ratio. So if it was really 7 to 1, then we divide 7 into 4,000. And 7 into 4,000 will, 7 into 40 is what? 5, be 35, and he's got 50 left. So 7 into 57, 49. So it's about 570 to 1. So silver would be at $570 if it was 7 to 1. Well, if you're buying one of these to make you active, you are wealth building because it has 1 ounce of intrinsic pure silver just inside that case, let alone any numismatic value, any rarity value, because it's an MS-70. And they got millions and millions of these produced, bullion. People put their hands on it, got little scratches on it, all that kind of stuff. But this one is rather rare. There are not too many MS-70s per year. Okay. So 1099 tax benefits. Why not get them? And I've got a tool for you, uh, a little 15-minute video by one of our great uh, home business CPAs. And it's right there in the Band app. And you can use and let her do the talk. Okay. And then we got other validating information about that. But here's the key. If one would have a sound money wallet and they would have been just putting in a little bit, let's say that $1,000 in 2020, okay, and in April of 2025, that $1,000 in the bank would be less than $740. And so we use our tools that I have and that I give you that are all in the band apps, all in my YouTube trainings. And I even put the PDFs and the PowerPoints for you so you can pull them up, even the pictures so you can use pics on your phone. And we can give little examples like this one, okay, where if they would have had $1,000 purchase of gold at our price in the sound money, they would have bought 0.65 ounces of gold. In April of 25 this year, they would have still had 0.65 ounces of gold. They can buy fractional, and it's 100% insured by Lloyd's of London. Well, that right now, if you multiply it times what you can sell it back for today, in other words, 7K sound money made gold and silver, which we actually are holding physical gold and silver in that vault, not paper, physical gold and silver. And it may be fractional, but they have to have a full ounce in there. They can't just have 0.65. But if I've got 0.2 and you got 0.1 and somebody's got 0.65, it's still not a full ounce, but they have to have a full ounce in there. So you add up all the fractionals of everybody's accounts, and then you round it up to the full ounce. And that's what some money has to have in that vault in gold bars, 1 ounce gold bar. Okay. So they still have 0.65. Well, they could have sold it in April 2025 and got $2,275 into their account, and they could have ACH'd it direct to their bank account if they needed money. That'd be much better than holding that $1,000 in the bank account. You follow that? We just need one example, your own personal example that you will then tell them about. Well, it's even better today because this is November. The sellback or the buyback is much higher than that today. So just multiply 4,000. It's more than 4,000. But if you multiply 4,000 times 0.65, that's $2,600. So bingo. If they just leave it there, they could today get $2,600 for that. Well, you could do the same thing with the 55.5 ounces of silver. So they could buy either or, they could buy part silver, part gold. And, it's a good thing to be diversified, especially with where we know eventually the gold silver ratio will end up at eventually. Will it happen tomorrow? No. Or maybe. But see, I can't say an emphatic no. It might. Market factors we have no control over. But logic tells us what will happen in time. And that's why gold and silver is not just a buy sell thing. It's a long term play, it's a long term diversification of your assets, it's a long term protection of financial wealth. And that's what the wealthy has used it for decades and decades. And it's time that you and I use it. Okay. Now, the opportunity that we have is immense for our friends, relatives, neighbors, people. It's your and my job to communicate this. We use as many tools that the company has provided, that I provide, or others provide in the marketplace to help you explain that to someone else. But that's our job. Okay. Now, If you're just a customer, that's fine. You can just be a customer, learning, be part of the family. You get help with questions from more than just the company. You get help from people that's here doing it with you. We're a family, okay? We're patriots helping patriots, people helping people, okay? So this is this is what our job is over the next couple of years. Now, I'm sure some things will, get better and better. And we have one of the best comp plans in the world with that one-page comp plan. I mean, you don't have to have any growth factor. I mean, just imagine if we could just work and get to where we're having uh, an extra $500 a month coming in by accumulating, building our own wealth, and then helping others do the same and learning how to do the same. But what do you have to do with that? Yeah, you got to go to a training once a week. You got to do things. You can't just say, I'm going to join and it's going to happen. No, that's just a customer. For it to happen for you, now you may want to, go at it a bit slower. You want to get a lot of learning. You may want to get, let's say your education first. Okay. Kind of like a person goes to 4 years of college and get in debt before they start your job. Well, you can do that with this too, but you don't have to. The best way is to learn by fire. Okay. It's to learn by doing. It is to make mistakes because you're not putting them in the grave. You get to always go back to them. And that's what I want to encourage people that's been in here for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years. I want you to go back to everybody that told you no. Now, how do you do it? Well, you use the statements that we've given you and the tools that we give you, and you talk about something that you couldn't talk about back then, a gold and silver account, just like a bank account, just like a Venmo account, just like a Cash App account. Okay? It's better than Cash App. It's better than Venmo. You get to secure and build wealth with it while you're holding your savings. See, picking up lines and how to use these lines. In fact, Ryan Chamberlain, he gave a couple on a corporate call about a month ago. I don't remember the date, but I'll pick it up. I put it on the band app. I took some snapshots of the line. I really want y'all. And then, of course, you got all my scripts. You can just, go to the band app and you can do hashtag scripts, okay, and search for all the trainings with scripts. So now I'm going to the Go for Gold team. I got 19 different teams. So whichever team you're in, you go to that team, its own band app, because your leaders may have extra training, extra meeting that are specific to that team. Okay. But my posts are in every team. Okay. And so you just look down the post and we're going to talk about some of these things today. This is part of this chat is that, uh, some of our plans for 2026. And I want us to start thinking about that now. Okay. Some of the things that made it successful. So what I'm saying is, here's my one-on-one presentation. If you can't do it, watch this video with your prospect, with your person. It gives you an A to Z with testimonies right there. Sit and watch. If you haven't watched this, then you can't use it. You won't know what I'm talking about. But also, if you click on it, you're going to see that I included in the attachments the PDF with the slides, the one that I just showed earlier, That's a PDF, easily downloaded. Anybody, and you can pull off individual slides as individual PDFs. Now, if you don't know how to do that, get with somebody on your team that knows how to do that stuff. There's somebody that does. Okay. So that's part of going down the post. And my little, here's your magic formula to make big checks. Okay. Now, again, that's the post, that's the link, that's what you need to watch. This, you have to click on it to bring it up, and then you'll see if I've got things attached to it in PDFs. Well, those are all what we talk. In fact, you're going to see some scripts. Okay. How about that? How about the simple 1, 2, 3 system? Everybody is really, once you get in, and now with our tools that we have at the company with the onboarding, where everybody can be onboarded and trained themselves, we've got the best of all worlds to go forward and build some huge momentum and growth and get to those $500 a month, $500 every other week, $500 a week, $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week checks. I didn't start making $10,000 a week right off the bat. I started making the $500 a check, $1,000 check a week, just like you. That was the first goal. You get there and then you rank up. Well, we don't have to rank up anymore. We just have to have so many personals on our left, so many personals on our right, so much growth factor, and got the volume, you get paid. Wow. It's so much easier today. Much easier comp plan. So this is the scripts that I was talking about. And we go and we click on these scripts, and then these are really good to go back to these people. Look, hey, Jack, I got a business idea I want to run by you. Let me know when you have a few minutes. Bingo. What do? You watch that video I just said. If you're sending them something, then you send them one of the share link videos, one of the tools that we have, the things that we teach. Okay, then you got to have a team that you're working with. How about this one? Have you been paying attention to what's been going on with gold lately? Gold's going to be more and more in the news headlines, even more than it's been the last 2 years. But believe me, it's going to dominate news over this next 3, 4 years minimum. Okay. How about, I found a company that's made owning gold as easy as a Cash App or Venmo or your bank account. Wanna see what I know? Bingo. If I send you a quick video, would you be able to watch it in the next 24 hours? Now, you've heard that one many times before, okay? Or within the next hour. Why 24 hours? Within the next hour. Sense of urgency. Most account holders are customers. They will, however, give you free gold for anyone you refer. Hey, a good line to have always at hand, okay? And a couple other good things to have. The worst thing that could happen is your net worth goes up. Let's get an account. Listen, everyone needs a gold and silver account. Don't let them off the hook so easy. Learn some of these statements. I've never seen anything like it. Have you ever seen anything like this? And it's real. It's a proven concept. It's not like new and try it out. They've been doing this for 5 years. They're setting the pace. Everybody else is trying to catch up with them. Get with the leader of the pack. Did you ever look at other streams of income? You're looking for people who want to make some extra money. You've got the way how. It's a non-traditional asset-backed referral program. Re, you know, I don't call us multi-level marketing. Never have. In fact, I keep people to refute that. No, we're not a multi-level marketing company. We've never been a multi-level marketing company. Yeah, we're a networking company, but what company isn't a networking company? Every company is a networking company. Even BASF and Ethel and Dow are a networking company. Okay. Every company is a networking company. It's just, do they pay any referral fees for it? Even Costco pays referral fees still. Okay. And so that's the message that I want us to have going into the holidays. Great times. We're going to be seeing a lot of people that said no. It's time to have those conversations. It's time to show them your Sound Money wallet. It's actually pull it up, show them, give them your testimony. It's time to uh, think about how we're going to open up 2026 and what we're going to do. And I say get started now doing it. Okay. And here's the thing, learn how to use your band app. Get every one of your team members that are actively engaged with learning how to use the band app. Yeah, you know how many times I have to tell people to go to the band app to find what they're asking me for? And I'll just say, just scroll down to the post that's right there. Every one of my trainings are put in the band app. How to search it with the hashtag search fund. I got it bibliography for you. So you have a bibliography. Just learn how to use. I've got a training on the band app in the priority section that teaches you how to do what I'm saying. Okay. And then you need to teach your other members, one another, people helping one another. So, how do we do this? For those of you that really want to be a leader, really want to break out, really want to make that next level, those of you who've learned some of the skills, attitudes, and techniques, the SATs, you're ready to build now. You want to build. You want to build a network. You want to have in the next 3, 4, 5 years, 10, you want to have the opportunity to make a six-figure, double six-figure, triple six-figure, or more income per year. But that means you got to build a network. That means you help people, help people, help people, because each person has a circle of influence. And learning how to do my leapfrog concept, whenever you sponsor someone, then you work on their top 25, 50 with them. You don't let them do it by themselves because you're better at it than they are. They're brand new and they don't even know how to answer questions. You have to answer all the questions, or you have to have an upline you're working with that answers the question on 3 ways with you. Now, we use tools to answer questions instead of our mouth, unless we're using a third party to do it. That means that third party is available to them also. Okay. So if you sponsor a person, you're working through their top 25, 50 people to get their one on their left and one on the right. Hopefully you get 2 on their left and 2 on the right. Then you got 2 more people you never met before. Now you work with the most active people while they're working on the rest of their list of 100 or 200 or 300 or 500. Hopefully they build that list to 500 like I teach. Then you keep leapfrogging down, working with the newest people, because you can only work with 2 at a time, believe me. You might be able to work with 3 or 4, but 2 at a time, working with their 25, 50, puts you in a pretty good bit of work, okay, where you're busy. You're busy answering questions, you're busy doing tools, you're busy just doing a little presentation and then helping them enroll, helping them get started, helping them, and then you're leapfrogging down. Now, hopefully, you go back to the person you sponsored, you go back to the people you leapfrog with, and getting them to do the same thing that you're doing. They just don't do it as well, probably, but that's where they pick up the skills, attitudes, and techniques. And they're building their pipeline of no's, their pipeline of exposures that didn't take the step, didn't get to see the plan, didn't do, but they're building that pipeline that we're going to always follow back up with. And you keep doing that. Now, what do you need to do? You need to start a meeting once a week. You yourself need to be doing 5 people a day. So it doesn't matter if you're doing your own or you're leapfrogging and doing theirs with them, but you're doing 5 people a day. I do 5 people a day. Most of the time, I'm doing it with other people, their people. Okay. But I'm doing my own too, still. So, my job description, the 7 pieces of paper, is how you succeed in network marketing. And a job description is the most important thing. I'm not going to go through it with you, but I am going to find it somewhere. I think it's right here. You know, that first piece of paper is nothing more than the commitment of the 2 years and 3 to 5 years, and just normal understanding what we got in our hands. And now we fit this thing. We're an established network marketing company, networking 21st century referral marketing company with gold and silver that's expanding globally right now and will be expanding globally for the next 10, 15 years. And that's an opportunity of a lifetime because we're infinite left, infinite right. You don't even have to know people in other countries. People who know people who know people who know people. That's the whole key. But this is what you have to be doing. So if you're not doing this, you cannot succeed. You've got to be putting this 10 hours in a week, minimum. Now, if you're retired already, you need to up this. If you want to make the money, you need to up that. And this is the exposures you need to be making a day. But at least do 5 a week, but make some commitment and get yourself committed with somebody you're working with. Here's the thing that most people don't do. You need to be for 2 years, you need to watch a video of mine once a day. I said mine. I want you to watch all the company's videos, but I want you to watch my videos. I'm the trainer. I'm the one that's done it. I'm the one teaching you the skills, attitudes, and techniques. I'm the one that is giving you what you need to know and have inside your mindset so you can succeed. And I've got the most gold and silver knowledge in this company. I've been in gold and silver for 38 years. And I pass a lot of it along in my trainings. Yeah, I want you to grow. I want you to read other stuff. I want you to read Jim Rohn stuff. I want you to see Eric Ward stuff. I want you to read other people's stuff. Sure, but first get the basics. I want 2 years of you. If you really want to succeed in gold and silver in this business, then you got to be going to a training once a week. You got to be going to an opportunity meeting once a week. If you're not going to one, start one. It's you. And then you want to build that initial list of 100 up to 500. It's a real key. And then the rest of this stuff, this is how this happens. Leapfrogging, just like I mentioned, builds that depth in your organization. And you're involved in the growth of your organization as it grows in depth. That's how you get exponential expansion. So you need 1,000 people on your left and 1,000 people on your right buying that subscription once a month. And if it averages 20 points, that's 20,000 points a month left, 20,000 points a month right. I didn't say you had 4,000. I said you had 1,000, because not everybody's going to be wanting to make the money. Does network marketing work? Yes. Proven over and over and over and over. But we're 21st century referral marketing with wealth building, with gold and silver, with a gold and silver account, something that's never been around, and we have it, and we're taking it around the world, and you get to take that message too. And attitude is so important. Stinking thinking is a killer. That's why your mindset is so important. I'm convinced that life is 10% of what happens to me and 90% of how I react to it. And so it is with you. We're in charge of our attitudes, right there, the last two sentences. You know? And then when you get these three beliefs, when you actually have them, they're here, they're inside of you. When you believe in this profession like I do, when you I believed in it so much that I quit a double six-figure income job before I replaced my income and just did it because I wanted the lifestyle. I wanted to be at home. I wanted to be with my family. I want my family with me when I'm working. I didn't want to always be away from them. And I don't know. I just got tired of working for bosses dumber than me. I don't know about you, but I hated working for bosses dumber than me. Okay. But when you believe in the business building system itself, and my business building, our system is so simple. The company system, my system, the other leaders' system, what we have in 7K, we're all building the same way. Now, my success system is unique to me and my group. It's my 7 pieces of paper. That's success system. This is the philosophy of what you do, how you go about doing it, the mindset that it takes to win. And it's just 7 pieces of paper, not expensive books, systems, trainings, or anything else. And when you believe in the fact that you can do this, oh, that's when you're going to go through walls. That's when you're really going to succeed, when you believe you can do this. So let's go back. Let's go back to that band app. Okay. Because I really have it in the band app. You know, we just did a Super Saturday. And so when I went to the job description, I wanted us to have a meeting every week. You know, we still have our Tuesday night meetings at George and Sandra's, where we started November 17th, 2016, my birthday in 2016, a 70. That night, we had 15 of us there in that room. All 15 of us were in the business that night. Y'all know the story. I drove home, called people in other states, and that was my other side. And they all joined. No, I didn't drive home. Pamela drove home. I was on phone. And that's how we started. And that's how you need to start now. You need to think, I am starting right now. It's fresh. I'm brand new in 7K and Sound Money. This is a new business, and that's how you want to start. That's a mindset you want to start with. You want to go through the exact same thing. You want to go through the same people. And then people disengage, you want to treat them like they're a brand new prospect. We want to have a Super Saturday every quarter. Every quarter is Super Saturday. You can have a Super Saturday in a house like we did until you fill it up. Then you have to go somewhere else. But have a super Saturday. It doesn't have to be all day long. It can be, 3, 4, 5 hours, but mixture, do some potlucks. And that's the other thing. We did potlucks. We did one a month. We even did, sometimes we did them every other week. But sometimes there's locations where it's hard to get people to travel a long way. So we did potlucks out outside of Baton Rouge, you know, for those people in those locales to be able to come to that person's house, do a potluck. They can invite them. We're mixing and mingling, and we're introducing the business to them during that potluck. Bring potluck back. Okay. There's nothing better than the personal touch. Nothing better. So if we start this all around the country, you can leaders get together, you get 2 or 3 of you in a location. And remember, I said many times, it'll start with just you and your spouse starting your own meeting in your own house. But you're committed to doing this once a week. So you're gathering, you're talking, and you're not bitching and moaning and complaining. You're doing constructive things about, learning, teaching how to do, what to do, how to new lines, new how to get this set up, how to do this, what's my testimony in, practicing those things. Because if we don't engage and make our group grow, then we'll just consolidate because we're all getting older. We all have other, but that's just the way groups do. You have to bring group dynamics. We make these group dynamics work together. Okay. I want to kind of open up. I want a few recordings here, sound money testimony recording, or a few pop real fast, name what your testimony is. And I want people to raise your hand so I can call on you that want to give one. Okay. And I'm going to start this this thing off here with my own little Sound Money Wallet testimony, and I'm going to get it so you can unmute when I call on you. I'm going to get that taken care of first, okay? And I want some testimonies here. Don't be shy on me. This is time for you to help others and others to help. So Keith Lomas or Mina McVeigh, I know you're there. I want to hear some George Donaldson. Real quick, I want just real snappy, short one. Armina, yours never changes. Okay? And so I want to see some hands raised here because I personally, I bought $25,000 worth of 1 ounce gold bars on May 23 of 2023. I got 11.855 ounces of gold bars. I still have those 11.855 ounces of gold bars today. And the buyback price today is $4,014. If I sold that, if I clicked and sold that, so easy, back to Sound Money, that would turn into $47,585. Where could I put my $25,000 in the last 2 years? Not even 2.5 years. 2.5 years. With no risk of loss. 25,000, I can turn it into 47,500. Powerful. So you can unmute yourself. I'd like a few other people to share their story. Okay. Armina, let's start off with you, young lady. Can you unmute yourself, please? Keith Lomas? Yeah. Somebody there can unmute themselves? Alyssa, go ahead, girl.
Hi, Bob. April 2024, we bought $1,000 worth of 100-ounce silver bars. So that gave us 27.617 ounces at $36.21 per ounce. If I were to sell that back today at $50.70 an ounce, if I sold back 27 ounces, I would get $1,368.90.
That's powerful. And that's kind of goes with the story that I'm talking about. Thank you, Alyssa. Appreciate that.
You're
Uh,
welcome.
and I just wish I'd have a few other people could unmute themselves. I know they have problems unmuting. But George, you want to give yours real quick? You're not unmuted.
I just unmuted it. Yeah, we decided 16 months ago that we were going to buy another $100,000 worth of gold. And since I sponsored Sandra, we bought it on her membership to where, and if we took that $100,000 and if we wanted to sell it back at our 7K price back, it would be worth $172,602 today. It made $726,000 sitting in the vault, without us doing anything. Okay. And so since we bought it on her website, I earned $1,000, that 1%, plus that $1,000 sitting in mine, I earned $726 by just sitting there. There's not anything anybody can do that's not doing that making this kind of results. Everybody needs a 7K money wallet, and this is proof of it.
That's right. Thank you so much, George. Appreciate that. Armina, I see you were able to unmute. Go ahead.
Yes, sir. Hey, my name is Armina McVeigh. I'm a single parent, disabled military veteran. I came and looked at 7K in 2019 because I was needing to make extra money. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I knew this is what God wanted me to do because it was his money. I joined and it took me 10 months before I made my first $500 check. But I came to each meeting every week and did the things that I was told to do to learn how to do this business. And now today I have 21,500 in my Sound Money wallet and another 21,000 in my Stack and Sell, which is close to 42,500. I have never had a savings before in my life. If I can do this, you can learn to do it too, because everyone needs to protect their wealth and grow their wealth with God's money.
Thank you, Armina. Appreciate that. So these are just some of the stories. We have many more. I just wish everyone wasn't so shy to tell their story. But I hope you see what we see. I hope you get an account, get back with the person that invited you. And since Armina did talk a little bit about income too, because obviously she had to make some income too, since she was living paycheck to paycheck. And so we do have an income disclosure that I always like to end with and share with when we're talking about income. Because you know why? Because people are really making this kind of income with our the way we make income is beautiful, and even if you just make a few extra dollars getting 1099 tax benefits, it's worth it. It helps build wealth, and it helps you build and work for something in addition to how you're earning money now and why you're helping people at the same time. So please do read our income disclosure. Please ask about it. Please ask about the other ways that we earn income other than the instant goal pay, which is pretty simple. You don't have to have any qualifiers or anything. You just refer somebody, they get a gold and silver account, and you could either get $20 of gold put in your account or $80 worth of gold. And if you got our premium legacy VIP membership, you can earn a 1% metal bonus on what. There's no other qualifications. There's no got to buy this every month, got to do this, got to do that. None of those things. Those are just referral marketing benefits. Thank you for your time and attention. I hope you see what we see, and I hope you become part of us spreading the word and helping other people. But if not, make sure you get your gold and silver account because you need it, and so does everyone else. Thank you.